If you're a woman over 40 and it feels like your body is fighting you when it comes to losing body fat, it feels like that weight is just stuck, you are not imagining things. Once a woman hits perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, that hormonal imbalance makes it really freaking hard to lose weight if you are not taking care of the root cause issue, because what is happening is an inflammatory response. That is why what worked before doesn't work anymore. But you're in luck. I am a professional nutritionist that has helped thousands of women melt their body fat without counting calories so they can lose that weight in a really freaking easy way. And in this video, I'm gonna explain what's going on and how to fix it. These issues for women have something called a chain effect, which means it's just like playing dominoes. When one gets worse, it makes the next thing worse, which makes the next thing worse, and pretty soon, it's so freaking hard to lose weight that all that's happening is that even if you can lose a little bit of weight, you end up gaining it back plus some. And that all starts by looking for hard ways of losing weight, like doing super hard workouts, like counting calories, like tracking protein, or like trying to get your nutrition through supplements. All of these strategies have been shown to increase cortisol in women. Think about it this way. If you were to lose weight the hard way, imagine you actually did those super hard workouts. You blasted your cortisol through the freaking roof, and you just said, I'm gonna use so much willpower to do this. I'm gonna outwork this diet. And then you actually lose weight by gritting your teeth and going hardcore. That means the only way you can maintain that weight loss is
by staying hardcore all the time.
That's never gonna happen. You literally cannot use willpower to lose weight. That cortisol will defeat you. Which brings me to the next problem. High amounts of cortisol has been shown to be both anabolic to fat and catabolic to muscle, meaning you are literally going to be losing muscle mass while you get fatter if your cortisol is out of control. This also ruins your sleep quality, and sleep is needed for hormonal balance. So not only is your cortisol all out of whack, you mess up your sleep, which messes up every other hormone in your body, and this high cortisol is keeping you in fight or flight, which is preventing rest and digest. And if you are not properly digesting your food, you end up with a chronic inflammatory condition known as leaky gut. Leaky gut causes systemic inflammation all through your body, but worst of all, it leads to something called cortisol belly. This is where you're primarily gaining weight in your midsection, and it's the last place you lose weight. So think about it this way. You have a whole body. Why would you just be gaining weight in one place? If you can't spot reduce fat, why are you spot gaining fat all in your belly? That doesn't make sense unless you have this hormonal imbalance and high amounts of cortisol. And all of that inflammation in the gut brings me to the next point. When women get this inflammation in the gut, it is called cellular fire. And the worst part about having this inflammation is even healthy foods can make you gain weight. You know this is you because you could eat healthy all week, eat nothing but your meal prepped healthy salads. But then you eat one meal that is outside your diet and you gain 2 pounds. Even though you only lost a few ounces during the week, one meal completely throws you off track. Or even worse, if you have a severe case of this cellular fire, what happens is you can eat healthy food, and that can even make you gain weight because everything is having an inflammatory response. You're basically just this big old water balloon that's trying to heal from everything that you're eating because your gut microbiome is so weak that it cannot handle anything. It has no ability to actually break down and absorb all the nutrients. Instead, it's trying to fight against every single thing that's coming inside your body, making you big and bloated after meals, or even worse, you eat these calories, and instead of the food giving you energy, which is normal, you actually get tired after eating, and that is not normal. And if you don't fix that weak gut microbiome, you end up with chronic constipation, diarrhea, or worst of all, having those hard little rabbit turds that come out, you know, where you use the bathroom, but you don't feel like everything came out. That is a surefire sign that you have this inflammatory issue. That is why it is so hard for women over 40 to lose weight. It is not calories in versus calories out. You just have inflammation from your food. That weak gut microbiome is messing up your hormonal balance. If women do not have balanced hormones, they cannot lose weight, even in a calorie deficit. Why? Because this inflammation has no calories. You can't just eat, one little cookie and then gain 2 pounds. A cookie does not equal thousands of calories of body fat. It doesn't make sense. You can't break the laws of thermodynamics. It is something else going on, and it's 100% an inflammatory response. But remember, what was the cause of all of this? It's right what we talked about in the beginning. It was all because you are looking for hard ways of losing weight. And if it's hard for you to lose the weight, it's going to be hard to maintain that weight loss. Why? Because you have high cortisol. High cortisol leads to leaky gut. Leaky gut leads to a big fat cortisol belly. Cortisol belly leads to a weak gut microbiome. A weak gut microbiome makes it so even healthy food makes you gain weight. So that means you can fix all of this by just losing weight the easy way. And you are in luck. I already have a video that explains how to do that. It's on my YouTube channel, and it's called The Best Fat Burning Foods for Women Over 40. Watch that video and subscribe to my channel. Love you all. Thanks for watching.